Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're doing the 2025 Pick a Card Tarot and Oracle reading and Moon reading. Thank you guys for another amazing year of beautiful videos and community. Thank you so much to everybody who has liked all of these videos, all of the subscribers, the people who have shared these videos with friends and family, and especially everyone who's commented your beautiful stories and thoughts. And I just appreciate you and I appreciate the growth that this channel has experienced in 2024. So I'm really excited to see what 2025 has in store for all of us. So when you're feeling ready, just ask out loud to spirit or universe or in your head, what does 2025 look like for me? And select whichever stone or group you feel most drawn to. I just want to give you guys a disclaimer before you watch this video, especially if you're new to this channel. I do not sugarcoat readings at all. So if there are any issues that pop up in your reading or any pieces of critical advice that wants to come through, I am going to say it. I'm going to mention it. Okay, so I just wanted to give that disclaimer, and also keep in mind that this is a general group reading. So if it really doesn't resonate, you can either go back and select another group or just, take what resonates and leave anything that doesn't, because we are connecting to many people. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one where I'm only focusing on your energy, I am offering my 2025 tarot and mediumship reading for a very short time, only for the rest of December and January. Now, this is one of my favorite readings to do. Essentially, we do a really deep dive into your year ahead and do a full tarot spread looking at all different areas of life. And you can also ask about any concerns or questions, comments that you have for the year ahead, and I'll touch upon that in your reading. And then we open the floor up to your spirit guides, past loved ones, etc., and get some messages from them and see what they want to tell you going into the year 2025. So again, I'm only offering that for a short amount of time. Go over to my website, spiritpsychic.org, to get that before it is gone. I am really looking forward to connecting with you guys in personal readings, so go ahead and do that. So we have group number 1 with the Moonstone. We have group number 2 with the Amethyst. And we have group number 3 with the Rose Quartz. So select your group. If you're still picking, pause now. And I just want to also mention, you guys, it is totally fine and okay for you to feel drawn to more than one group. In fact, some of you guys may feel drawn to all 3 groups, and that just means there's messages for you in each group. Okay, so pause now if you're still selecting, and let's begin. Okay, group number 1, welcome. Let's dive into the year 2025 for you and see what is in store for you. So your major spiritual theme for this year is flow. Okay, so the energies are definitely flowing in an interesting way. It feels like a lot of opportunities will be coming your way naturally without you having to really do anything or strive so hard. I mean, I feel like you obviously do have your own personal ambitions and goals, which you'll be striving towards. But even if you just maintain the status quo in 2025, it definitely feels like some pretty interesting events will be happening and unfolding for you regardless. It reminds me of the rune Lagoose, which literally reminds me that I was supposed to pull a rune for you and I did not. So let's see what wants to come out for you here. 2025, group number 1. Okay. You have the rune Ingwas coming out, and this is the rune of potential. So if any of you are looking for a new, more fulfilling job or fulfilling energies within your career, within your life in general, your prosperity, we definitely see that those things are coming. Prosperity comes when you put a big close on doors to the past that do not want to remain open for you. So in a sense, it's conclude your old business and move on. Move on. That is the big message here, moving on, accepting, that you can't force situations to happen. And if any person or way of doing business has not worked for you, instead of constantly waiting for it to change, you're moving forward, moving along. Okay. And you know what? This can come with a lot of anxiety and worry for the future. But like, this is such a positive rune because it shows that there are going to be so many opportunities, again, flowing into your life that will be so much better than what you've experienced thus far. It's the rune of no regrets. Like, you will have a wonderful, phenomenal time in 2025 solving any problems, like major problems that have been a part of your life for a long time. So for example, like if you've been trying forever to make more money or trying forever to meet the love of your life and you keep attracting, people who suck, you are seeing things from a new perspective and really letting go of the past. Also booking well-earned vacations because of all the hard work you've been doing. But there's just a great sense of change in the air, like flowing towards you because you've done the hard work in 2024. That's what I feel. In 2024, you really released and let go of, holding on to people, especially who just didn't want to commit or who just weren't it for you, whether that be friendships or romantic. And you also let go of staying in this place of waiting for your goals to take off without really making any changes. You're over that as well. And you're more open-minded to like newer energies coming in. We have standstill. Wow. So I've been doing the 2025 readings for various signs on my second channel. I read for each zodiac sign, as well as personal readings that people get. And this standstill card, let me tell you, it has been coming through for most people. And this is represented by the swamplands. A swamp is a low-lying area with woody plants, shrubs, and trees where water collects and saturates the ground. During rainy seasons, swamplands become overwhelmed with water. The edge of the swamp is often a quagmire of mud and silt, but an abundance of plants and swamp insects dwell there. Because of the sticky nature of the mud, it is often impossible to walk through swamplands. Even trying to maneuver with a boat can be difficult and treacherous because of dense vegetation. However, there is great value in swamplands. They act as a natural flood control, as runoff can be temporarily stored in their basins. They keep the land around them from washing away. Lush vegetation provides a haven for nesting birds and waterfowl, as well as habitat to mammals such as the beaver. Freshwater swamps near the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers in the Middle East are part of the Fertile Crescent and contributed to the fertility of the land for the earliest humans. So essentially, sometimes when life is not moving in a rapid way for you, you get the most amount of fertile growth energy, So for these past several years, group number one, it may have felt like you were pretty much at a standstill. Why isn't this growing? Why isn't my life taking off? Why isn't my money, my business, my relationships, etc., fill in the blank, taking off? This has actually been quite a fertile time for you. And it's going to be one of those things where you understand the value of what you experienced in hindsight. But I feel like this is going to all start changing with the flow card because you've learned and gotten what you needed, the growth you needed from this standstill. If it feels that some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill, you are right. Something is not progressing, even if it seems like things are flowing. Look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what isn't working in your life and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is sucked into the mud, the worst thing that you can do is struggle. The best thing that you can do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. Then you also have happiness. Oh my gosh, and look at those two dolphins playing in the waves. The sun is shining. Dolphin energy is so positive, so happy, having fun just for the sake of having fun, extremely intelligent as well. They're coming through as spirit guides for you. And the shimmering sunshine is the spirit represented in this card. Our sun is the center of our solar system. Our planet and our lives revolve around its cycles of light and dark. Our inner and outer biological rhythms, as well as the rhythms of every animate and inert part of life, are ruled by this celestial force. In the far past, the sun has been thought of as a god, still to this day. Traditionally, it has been associated with happiness, joy, hope, enlightenment, illumination, truth, cheer, warmth, and goodwill. Additionally, sunlight is an expansive force. When something is heating up by the light of the sun, it enlarges. Without the energy of the sun, things contract. The sun carries the deepest energies of expansion in life. So to receive this card is to know that you are expanding. Click your heels and shout for joy. The signs are with you. Let your light shine. Abounding good luck awaits you. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing with the flow card as well. And with Ingwas, like, you just have this energy in 2025 of good, prosperous events flowing towards you naturally because you did the hard work to release what wasn't working in the past. Your life is expanding. Opportunities are emerging. This is the time to go forward with glee. Love deeply and fully. Embrace life with open arms. Goodness is flowing to you. The only thing to be aware of is to monitor your expansion in a metered way. Too much, too fast can be overwhelming. There's something coming through about learning how to pace yourself. Group number 1. So in 2025, there could be some interesting opportunities and projects or goals, ideas that you work on. But the thing you really need to watch out for is moving forward with those things at a nice, even pace instead of doing everything all at once and really burning yourself out or setting yourself up for an unstable foundation. So for example, if you have a new relationship in your life that you're looking to proceed forward with and grow together, doing everything all at once may prove to be unstable for you, but like taking a nice, even approach forward with this person, even if it is quote unquote quick moving for some people, but not definitely not like all and too much all at once, will be your best bet forward. Or if you are getting into a lifestyle change, like let's just say you take on a new exercise regimen or diet, transitioning into it slowly can really prevent things like injury or burnout or having it not work out for you in general, because you make such a tough transition that's really hard to do. So just make sure you're moving forward this year in an even tempered way. And like, even when it comes to your creative ideas and goals, you may just want to be like boom, 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 getting them all done one after the other and making lots of progress in a short amount of time. But again, that can really burn yourself out. So don't beat yourself up over taking a break, taking a rest, allowing yourself time for a nap, and not feeling the pressure, that self-pressure, to really just let this whole dam burst forward in your life. You know what I mean? We have enjoyment. Wow, this card here with happiness, talking about being gleeful. Then you have enjoyment, which has like a similar color scheme almost to the happiness card. Striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. Yes, group number 1, this is what you need to hear right now. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. This is what I'm saying. You guys have a calling, like a really important calling in the world, and so many great ideas for what you want to do in 2025. But it's like, don't let yourself become this like workaholic who nonstop pushes, you know, with whatever you're doing. I think your discipline and willpower are so exceedingly high and strong that it's really so much easier for you to do hard things compared to the average person. And so you may be really pushing for results, but Spirit is saying relax and let 2025 be an enjoyable, pleasurable year for you. We're not saying give up on the things that you're working on growing in your life. Just work at it in a nice, even tempered pace. Don't push yourself to the point of injury, burnout, stress, and massive fatigue, you know? Like, you have all your goals and visions in mind for 2025. Use the entire year to allow that dream to unfold. You know, don't just get everything done in January. we have direction coming out as well. And this says, Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring me a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Yes. Hearing the promptings of your own body, for some reason that really stuck out to me as important, and learning when to stop. Group number 1, learning when to just rest, relax, and then when to keep going at it, keep running again is such a valuable skill to have. And I think this is a great affirmation, spirit, universe, God, whatever you want to call it. Stop me in 2025 if I'm about to head in the wrong direction. And this is something that you literally ask out loud. Send me an abundantly clear sign that's so obvious and even a little scary if I am going in the right direction or even if I'm going in the wrong direction. I want to know these things. I want to be very conscious of knowing whether or not something or someone is in alignment with me. So I give you permission to be as loud and obnoxious in my life as possible. That's a wonderful request for the universe that is so positive, guys. It will really help get you in the right direction, in alignment with your greatest good, your golden timeline, as I call it. When I do these tarot readings, there are countless, infinite amount of future paths that you can potentially take in the entire year 2025, right? So when I do these readings, I'm connecting with your most likely future path, but you always have the option to change that path based off of your own free will. And so what I call the golden timeline is your highest vibrational timeline. And it's always my goal when I do these readings to get you on that timeline. And so what this is saying is literally set the intention with the universe to allow universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, to very clearly, very loudly give you signposts, signs along the way when you're on the right path, when something's out of alignment with you, etc. And then another thing you can affirm is, turn me into someone who can read and see these obvious signs and give me the strength to listen to them, whether or not I want to listen to them. Yeah, that's your affirmation. So I thought I was going to add more to that. And I'm like, no, that was it. Okay. We have the third chakra in reverse with Archangel Chamuel. Okay. This can show lower life force energy or vitality. So if any of you have been dealing with fatigue or a lack of money or just feeling kind of tired and sluggish all the time, the message here is to take good care of your body. I'm seeing in 2025 going to all your doctor's appointments that you've been neglecting, okay? And there could even be someone in your life who bullies you into doing that or makes the appointment for you. If you've been neglecting certain doctor's appointments, making sure your hormones and nutrients and things like that are looking okay. Some of y'all need to get blood work, go to the dentist, do it all. Just do it all. Okay. Now I'm a hippie, y'all. I healed my body using plants and, various indigenous medicines, but I'm also an advocate for Western medicine as well. Let's not demonize Western medicine. I think both are very important. We're living in a golden age, in my opinion, of reconstructive surgeries and things like that. But I feel like we're in sort of a dark age when it comes to holistic health and healing, when it comes to Western medicine. So it's just really important to know your body well and don't settle for a Band-Aid over a problem. That's another problem I have with Western medicine. So if you're having any annoying problems with your body or symptoms, etc., like I said, go to all the doctor's appointments, get all the tests done, etc. But at the same time, do your own research, explore, be curious, and look at the situation holistically. Look at all of the organ systems in your body holistically. Read all of the ingredients that are in the food that you are buying. And also the cosmetics that you're wearing, the soaps you use, the lotions you put on, the shampoo you use, all of these things have an effect on your health, on your energy levels, on your solar plexus chakra. I've been having really big psychic downloads around this recently, and still in this reading, I feel called to preach about this, okay? Especially if you live in the United States, y'all. Get an app. I have the app called Yuka, Yuka, and I just use the free version. This is not a sponsored video at all. It just scans products like your food, cosmetics, and it tells you the ingredients that are in it, and it will rate those ingredients and let you know if any of them are hazardous to your health. I was having so many skin problems that were very annoying for 5 years straight. And no doctor would tell me what it was. Or they were just like, oh, just take antihistamines. You'll be fine. You just do that for the rest of your life. I was not satisfied with that answer. And so I looked into all these ingredients. I talked to a lot of people who do more shamanic types of medicine. And I completely cured it. I completely solved the issue by healing my kidneys. Okay. So your message here with the third chakra coming out in reverse, if you are dealing with anything health related, it is your responsibility to do your own research and to get to the bottom of what those symptoms are and why they're happening. Don't just rely on Western medicine or even Eastern medicine or even natural medicine. Look at the whole thing collectively and deduce why it's happening to you. Okay. Also with the third chakra in reverse, some of you guys may have been feeling a little bit lower in confidence within yourself. And perhaps the fear of being seen, the fear of visibility, which can really, really be a detriment to your career in particular. And so we're seeing some solar plexus chakra healing is being beckoned for you in the year 2025. You may be having higher access this year to things that will really help heal that and get that solar plexus chakra flowing. So for example, like let's just say you make more money, you can afford clothes that make you feel really, really confident. Or maybe you change up your hairstyle and find something that really works for you, like skincare routine, hairstyle, etc. And it just makes you feel more confident. Maybe some of you guys start taking like free dance lessons. And again, it makes you feel so confident, or getting into taking pictures of yourself, etc. We also have the sun in reverse. Again, with the happiness card, which represented the sun, now we have the sun in reverse. Some of you guys, if you're watching this, you are very creatively talented, okay? Either musically, visual arts, even just beauty, music, writing, poetry, etc., gardening. You're very, very talented. And I'm seeing a call, a desire for you to share more of those talents with the world, sharing them more publicly. So some of you guys may be in that sphere already of like sharing your artistic visions and your creativity publicly, or you're getting into that. And that could be the direction that brings a lot of happiness for you, is showing that those blessings to the world. And that can bring you a lot of enjoyment, but also possibly a lot of prosperity. Okay. Message from spirit. We have reach out. Yes, they want to talk to you, your spirit guides, your past loved ones, your deities. We know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. Exactly. And then your archetype is the offering. Wow, very beautiful. We have that beautiful crescent moon there and a hand out in the offering position. So let's read about this. This is the number 64. So the number 64 itself may be a significant number for you for whatever reason. Okay, this is also known as the gift, the present, and the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in this deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. Wow, and that's a powerful message that I don't feel like most of you are going to fully, completely grasp just yet, but perhaps by the end of the year, you'll fully grasp it. Like, what does it mean to fully give yourself up to the world? And not in a weird, like, masochistic way, but literally working and living your life for the greater benefit of the planet and all those who are on the planet, and fully trusting that you'll be taken care of because of the work that you do and being so in alignment. It's something that's hard to visualize for a lot of people, but that's why it's saying to start small. Let me tell you a quick story actually of what this can even mean. So this is a personal story, and I feel like it can relate to an experience that you might have in 2025. So a while back, I had a weird on and off dating scenario with this one fella. And like we like dated, I don't want to say casually. We were dating to see if we were compatible in a relationship for like 3 months. And then I decided, no, we're not compatible. Okay. We talked like 2 months after that as like weird friends. And then we didn't really talk at all for almost a full calendar year. This person came back into my life, and again, we had this weird situationship. Okay. And then it really, really peaked when we basically like stayed a weekend with each other, and it did not work out. This person was emotionally unavailable, and we just had really poor communication. Right. So we got into a huge fight. For half of a year, I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm just going to be single for a while. I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm just going to focus on myself and my business. And then after several months of that, like being in that space of like just focusing on myself and like low key subconsciously hoping that he would come back and it would work out, I decided to make an offering, a sacrifice. And we're getting into witchcraft now, y'all. So if you're not comfortable with witchcraft, let me just tell you, you're watching the wrong channel. So I made an offering, and right here, sitting right at this desk, I simply on a casual afternoon was talking to my guides as I usually do. I said, you know what? I sacrifice this whole entire energy cord that ties me to this person, because I could feel it was a very strong spiritual soul tie. Me and this person, we were very telepathic. We literally we both are very psychic, and we literally would meet each other on the astral plane, like while we were sleeping or in deep meditation. And then when we would, come back awake or back to regular life, we would text each other about it. Like, hey, did you have that dream where we were doing so-and-so? Yeah, I had that dream. That was so cool. Like, that's how deeply spiritually connected we were. Okay. And I sacrificed that entire energetic cord because you know what? It doesn't matter if I had a strong soul tie with that person. They did not want to be committed in the present moment. They had a lot of like wounds and traumas and, issues with attachment in their waking 3D reality. And I did not sign up to have a exclusively 5D experience when I was incarnated into a 3D life. I came here for the 3D experience. Okay. So I sacrificed that to the gods and goddesses and basically said, you know what? I sacrifice this entire connection in this lifetime, and there's no more like karmic tie that'll keep pulling us back together. A really huge sacrifice. And my only intention was that the energy, the intensity of that sacrifice, like letting that energy go, an equal amount of energy would return back to me in the form of a true soulmate who's really capable, really ready to meet me, you know, in the 3D as well as the 5D. And guys, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. An old acquaintance of mine like hit me up randomly a few days later. I think it was like 4 or 5 days after I did that sacrifice, that offering. And they're like, I don't know why I've been dreaming about you, like literally having like 3 to 4 dreams about you a night for the past 4 or 5 nights, however long it was. I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, let's just meet up and talk, because I hadn't seen this person in a year. Like, that was the last time I saw them. And this person ended up being my heckin' soulmate, y'all. So that's my little story for you. And why I told you that is, when you know that something is not working for you in the present moment, and you very intentionally sacrifice it, give it up with so much intention, and you simply say, like, transmute this energy. I want all of the energy of this thing to, you know, either go into Mother Earth or into like a sacred fire, to be cleansed, to be purified, and return back to me as pure source energy. Or you can get even more specific, like as my soulmate, or as a prosperous career, or whatever you're looking to manifest. Guys, it is the most powerful spell work you could ever do. And so I see you letting go of something pretty big. You may have already been doing this in 2024 and you're just continuing onwards with it, making some pretty big sacrifices with so much intention and clarity, knowing that the universe will have your back and you're going to manifest something much greater, okay? So I see a lot of you sacrificing addictions that you have, relationships that aren't working out, maybe like moving away from friends or family, or somewhere that you know like isn't necessarily the best for you, even though it's a scary transition to move away from that. These are the types of pretty big changes that I'm seeing for you guys. So what will you start with when it comes to your offering, to what you sacrifice? And as some of you guys, most of you guys might not be able to comprehend this right now, but when you practice doing that, it will eventually get you to a place where you sort of, and this is why I don't want to say this. It sounds so much more dramatic than it is, like sacrificing your whole life to be in service of the world, and not in like a weird way though, like totally fully living in alignment and manifesting greatness as a result. I don't think y'all are ready to hear that right now. By the end of the year, you'll understand what I'm talking about though. So come back to this reading at the end of the year and let me know what happened. If any of you are watching this at the end of 2025, let me know if it was pretty accurate for what happened for you this year. Okay, we're pulling some tarot. We have the Ace of Cups coming out in reverse. Yeah, you know what? Some of you guys may actually be starting out 2025 by letting go of a relationship that had a false start. Okay, a situationship for sure, or like a friendship that you know just isn't the best for you, or even if you're living in an environment. And here's the thing, it doesn't feel toxic. It feels more so like you just know that this person isn't the best influence, or they're just like sort of a rain cloud to be around, or they're not ready to commit in the present moment. The thing is, you have a lot of empathy for this person and you understand why they are the way that they are, and you're probably very used to them. So you don't mind them. You don't mind being around them. You know, you may even consider them a friend or like a great relationship, but you sort of know that like there's certain ways in which you don't fully vibe with each other on like the physical or spiritual plane. Like maybe your morals are not fully aligned. Maybe you're all about self-growth and, you know, becoming your best version, and this person is very complacent. Fill in the blank, whatever it may be. It's like there's just something about this where you know that your own growth and possibilities in life are sort of stunted because you keep yourself tied and tethered to this energy. Or some of you guys may know, like, you might not have the most healthy family dynamic, and yet you still stay living in your hometown or living nearby that family and keeping yourself highly enmeshed. And it's like a part of you knows that if you were to go somewhere else, it would be challenging, but it would be so revolutionary for you to just make a name for yourself as an individual. And sometimes you have to separate yourself from all of that in order to break generational wounds and curses. So I'm seeing that. Yeah, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse right next to that. It's becoming a little bit too much, and it's starting to hold you back. Something is holding you back in 2024, okay, that you're not carrying with you into 2025. But I am not seeing ill will that you have towards whatever this is, whether it's a person, whether it is a situation. It's like, yeah, I can't stay here. Like, a part of you deep down knows, like, I can't stay here. I can't keep doing this because it will hold me back. You're spending a lot of your energy on this thing and not really getting a lot in return. So for example, if this was a relationship, this could be the type of relationship where it's okay, it's not toxic. And this may be your first relationship that isn't like, completely unhealthy. It's a healthy relationship. It's just like, maybe they don't do the special things, or you find yourself doing a lot of the invisible labor and just wanting more out of life. It's just like, that you could do better. So I don't know if this is making sense, but let's keep going. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. Okay, deciding your fate, deciding your next steps. The world is your oyster. Feeling limitless. I feel like you're stepping into your power and understanding all of the possibilities that are available to you and questioning yourself, why was I settling before? Why was I even settling before? Because there's so much possibility in the air for me. Why was I settling previously? 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay, I gotta be honest, there's so many ways in which this reading can be manifesting itself, but for a lot of you, I'm getting, well, not a lot of you, some of you watching, I'm getting this particular set of circumstances where it's like you reached a plateau in a relationship. Okay, now if this doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. This could still be your reading, so just hang on for a second. But for some of you, it's like you feel like you reached a plateau in your relationship. Maybe this person doesn't want marriage. Maybe this person like never wants to combine finances and be life partners. They just want to like forever be like girlfriend, boyfriend, or girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend, whatever. But never really that deeper thing that you're looking for. And you sort of know like we've reached that plateau and there's no going forward, and that may be something that you want. So you may be recognizing like if I am staying, I am settling at this point because this is not what I want. And then you choose a new direction, which makes you a lot happier. Now, this could also apply in different ways. Okay, you may have been going about your career, and if you have your own business, going about how you run that business in a certain way, you were moving in a certain direction. But you're starting to recognize and realize, like, you know what, this may not have the like the way I'm going about things may not have the future that I'm looking to really manifest for myself. And the stability of it all, like my comfortability really, really letting loose and investing in this thing is not really there for whatever reason. So you may be reconsidering your direction. Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, if there's any card in the tarot, oh my God. If there's any card in the tarot that represents reconsidering your direction, it would be the Ace of Swords in reverse. And then that literally just came out. Yeah. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse right next to that. Ace of Swords in reverse, 5 of Wands in reverse. This could be communication issues, a lack of clarity, a lack of direction, and deciding, you know what, I'm over this. I just don't want to experience this reality anymore, which is perfectly valid. And then you have the 2 of Cups, which is love, beautiful soulmates entering your life in 2025, guys. I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of happiness, a lot of enjoyment that comes through. I feel like for a lot of you, like, for example, if you're in a new relationship or getting into a new relationship in 2025, it's like this is the person who loves you right and really makes you, again, question why you ever settled in the past, especially in like 2024. So I love that the Two of Cups is coming out, and we have these two dolphins here, which really, again, shows strong partnership energies this year for you, which is excellent. And also not just like romantic partnerships, but also friendships and business opportunities for sure. So let's get our last round of cards. 2025, group number 1, we have the Knight of Cups. Again, a very romantic card. Creative opportunities are really strong this year as well. Okay, I feel like you're very determined. You have a lot of like ambitions and ideas on your mind of things that you want to get done. Like your vision board may be hella strong going into the year, and you're actually making a plan for it, like a business plan or a life plan for how you're going to achieve things, because you're breaking out of that energy of like waiting for people or your life to change and you're putting the power back in your own hands, and that's that solar plexus chakra healing, by saying, you know what, enough waiting, enough hoping. I'm no longer centering my goals around things that are out of my control. I'll give you another personal example of this. So for the longest time, every month I would set certain goals that I wanted to hit for like subscribers that I wanted to make, money that I wanted to make, sales that I wanted to make, etc. And every single month I was left very disappointed because I would almost never reach those goals. And I also just wasn't manifesting that much in general, but I found such a manifestation hack, which is instead of making my goals, so like being so embedded in the things that I had no control over. I can't control whether or not people subscribe to me. I can't control how many customers want to buy from me in a month. What I can control is how many videos I put out in a month. I can control like my marketing for my business and things like that. When I made that shift in mindset and changed my goals to be surrounded by things that are in my control, like for example, I am going to make 15 videos this month, or I am going to finish this project that will give a new offering within my business. Like those things are 100% in my control. If I don't do those things by the end of the month, I'm the only person to blame, not fate, not the universe, etc. But and I do get them done, because why wouldn't I? They're like, if I'm so uncomfortable with where I'm at in terms of my growth, and here's a goal that is in my control that will for sure grow things, it instead takes away so much anxiety, so much guesswork, so much waiting. The energy of waiting is so negative. And this is another spiritual download that has been coming through in so many readings for several weeks now. I feel like collectively we're over waiting. We're making reality happen in the present moment. And so with the Knight of Cups, I really see you diving into creative projects, things within your control, and things like that in 2025. Also, very romantic. We have Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, very romantic cards. Okay, this is somebody who wants to woo you and really show you how much they care, how much they love you, actually take you out on dates and do all the special little things, which can bring so much joy. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and it's interesting that this is coming out underneath this 10 of Wands in reverse, 2 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is sort of like an anxiety of losing what you worked so hard to get. Okay, a fear of abandonment. This could also be like a fear of putting yourself out there and being seen. And these are some fears that you are overcoming that will change your life in 2025. 2 of Coins in reverse. Whenever this comes out in reverse, it always reminds me of like trying to break out of things like debts. Okay, trying to make life more balanced and harmonized and peaceful, getting out of even like emotional highs and lows and finding that beautiful middle ground of just being at peace. I'll give you I'll give you an example. I'm giving so many examples. One example of 2 of Coins reverse energy would be like, let's take somebody who drives a really nice car, okay, and they took out a hefty loan for that car, and they're living quite lavishly. They have a nice apartment that they pay top dollar for every month. They get their hair done, they get their nails done, etc. So on the surface, they're living quite lavishly, but internally, maybe they can't afford that lifestyle. They had to take out a loan on the car. They have all of their money every single month going towards these bills. So on the surface, they look like they're quite wealthy, but in reality, they're super broke. They're in debt, you know? Now, take someone else, for instance, who gets a really crappy car. Like, it drives from point A to point B, but it's not anything to look at, okay? They don't have the lavish experience of having that fancy car. You know, they do their own nails, they do their own hair. That person may easily look at the person with the nice car and the very expensive appearance and say, why am I failing at life? But that person may be having no debt, okay, because they are living beneath their means with their very normal car and doing things themselves. That second person, who's much more balanced, is Two of Coins upright energy. Like, making sure that you're balanced, you're juggling everything perfectly. When it starts to get in reversed, it's when someone, like, it's such a polarizing experience. Like, you experience this luxury, but you're super broke. That's a huge gap in your energy. Like, those are high highs and low lows. It is always in your best interest to live a lifestyle that is very, like, peaceful. You don't have those high highs and low lows. You know, you have ups and downs, you have challenges and blessings, but they're not gonna make or break you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Two of Coins in reverse. You may be, your advice here for this year is to watch out for that and find that balance within yourself. We have the Tower in reverse. This card has been really coming out in a lot of people's readings recently. Tower moments are not negative, guys. They simply shake up the situations in your life that are built off of weak or toxic foundations. And this is coming out right underneath the Four of Wands in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, right next to that Two of Coins in reverse. So for a lot of you, enough is enough here. I wouldn't be shocked if you or someone very close to you is getting into a pretty big divorce or separation due to communication issues in direction, or simply reaching a plateau in a relationship and feeling like it's very unbalanced. One person is giving a lot more than they're receiving. I would not be shocked if relationships like that were to end in 2025. Let's see what's next to this Tower, though. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. Like, yeah, why keep making yourself the martyr and waiting for a situation to improve? That's toxic. That, like, waiting for someone to change, waiting for your blessings to finally roll in, it takes the power out of your hands and puts it into the universe, but not in a good way, because the universe is a reflection of you. So if you're content to wait, so is the universe, you know? Whereas if you're saying enough is enough, I want this now, so I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to get it, the universe is going to be reflecting that reality back to you. Like, okay, we're doing this now. You know, it's a life-changing mindset that I think that you're adapting and really taking on. No longer waiting for people to change, no longer waiting for anything like that to change, just putting it back into your own hands. And we have the Ace of Wands coming out in reverse as your final card out. Wow, so you have 3 aces in your tarot, all in reverse here. I think you're letting go of a false start, something that was not really going to work out for you, something that you really wanted to work, but they almost didn't want it to work. You're letting that go, and it brings you right into the arms of the amazing people. Okay, romantic relationships that are like long-term, here to stay, beautiful friendships, business associates, and a lot of opportunities flowing in your direction, a lot of happiness, a lot of enjoyment flowing in your direction, because you decided to make the hard change, the hard shift, and release and let go of the people and situations that just did not want to work with you the way that you wanted it to work. Okay. And then bottom of your deck, we have the Hierophant in reverse. Not everybody is going to understand the decisions that you make in 2025. the big decisions that you're clearly making in 2025, releasing all of the toxicity, rejecting it, and just focusing on you. You know, some of you may feel like a black sheep, and that's okay because you're doing what's best and what's right for you. I feel like every family that I know has like an aunt or uncle or someone who just moves far away from the rest of the family. And ironically, it always feels like that family member is way more successful than the rest of the family. Have you guys noticed that pattern? Like, I've seen this happen in like over 5 different families at least. There's always that one aunt or uncle or person who moves far away, and they are always in a really healthy, amazing romantic relationship too. That's another weird staple that I noticed. And they don't associate with like their sort of toxic family members as often. Like, they might come around once a year or once every few years. I am wondering, group number 1, if you are going to be that rich aunt or uncle, you know what I mean? With the healthy relationship who lives far away. I am wondering. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to project this onto anyone. Like, if you feel like you have a very healthy family, then by all means, don't listen to that message. But you know, this could be the case for a lot of you. And the year 2025 may prove to put you in that new direction confidently, which will send some amazing improvements just shattering throughout all areas of your life. Because if I look at those people and I look at their life holistically, they're doing well in all areas. Like, they have an amazing relationship. They're almost always wealthier than the average person, just happy in general. And also I noticed that they're usually into like physical activity more, like going out and traveling or running, bodybuilding, etc. I don't know why. It's an archetype of person I've seen, and I'm being drawn to it now in your reading. So a lot of you guys, it's like the message here is like, don't be afraid to be that person if you need to be, you know, because sometimes you just reach a plateau. It's like, these people or this person, they're not going to keep growing with me, and you sort of elevate yourself beyond what they're capable of doing because they don't allow themselves to be capable of growing more. So anyways, that's your reading, guys. Very prosperous, very happy, and enjoyment like year. That was not a sentence. Definitely get that personal 2025 reading with me, tarot and mediumship. It's just, I want to do so many of those readings. It's on my website, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer other readings there. All of my readings, you could basically just ask or talk about whatever you want through email. Like, you send me an email with your burning questions, thoughts, and desires, and I just send your reading back within 7 days. No need to make any appointment or anything like that. It's just, you know, how I like to structure things, so we don't have to make an appointment. And my life coaching is structured the same way, but you get a longer reading and then daily email correspondence afterwards for however long you want to pay for, basically. I also offer my intention oils there, as well as my online tarot reading course. If you're interested in learning how to read tarot like me, and you know, get to a level where you're feeling so confident in your gifts, your abilities, to a point where like you could even do this as a business, confidently knowing what to do, definitely get that course. Okay. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what's in store for you in 2025. The rune that came out for you is called Tiwaz, and it's coming out upright, which is such a positive sign. This is a rune of conviction, having a lot of passion and determination. It shows success in any legal concerns that you may have, whether for yourself or someone else. It'll all work out in the way that you want it to. And as long as you keep doing the right thing and acting out of integrity and goodwill, I feel like things will definitely go in your favor. Tiwaz upright also shows a lot of like passionate love. So if any of you are in a relationship that really is passionate, and like you both know that you're in it for the right reasons, there's no doubt about that, this relationship is really going to ascend in commitment in 2025. Now, if you don't have that right now, this is something that you may manifest in 2025, but it will require you some sort of sacrifice. And that sacrifice is going to be your old life and the parts of that old life that were not working. So for example, like if you want this amazing, passionate relationship, you're going to have to stop seeing your toxic situationship. I did not mean to flip that over, but gateway is also coming out. If you are wanting to manifest a person who is very loyal and isn't going to be looking at other people and making you feel insecure, you're also going to have to make some sacrifices to not make them feel insecure, because they're not going to tolerate that behavior either. Does that make sense? So it's like something very passionate, lots of chemistry, and a strong commitment. That's what this is. It's like determination, willpower, commitment. This isn't even just romantic. This is a stronger sense of conviction that you are finding within yourself this year for some reason. Okay. I don't know why I had the Moonstone out. You guys have this. This is your card. This is the Amethyst, which is a strong energy protector. Okay. But anyways, you have strong determination, strong willpower. So some of you guys, like, you may find yourself feeling a lot more disciplined heading into 2025 as well. Disciplined when it comes to making the right choices for yourself. Okay. Let's see what your overall spiritual theme and lesson is. You have magic in reverse. Have you forgotten your magic? Are you using it in the wrong places? Sometimes you forget how wonderful you are, okay? And that's why it's so important to surround yourself with the right people and the right situations, because they will bring out the best within you, okay? Think back to your happiest moments in life. Like, really pause this video, close your eyes, and think back to when you were your absolute happiest. What did that look like? What were you doing at the time? What were your commitments? Really think on that and ask yourself, how can I do the same things I was doing then? Like, what about that time period was making me happy? What was I doing differently? And incorporate that back into your life. And then some. You can even add to it, add to your positive routines. Become your healthiest version. Remember your power, and stop giving your power and your magic away to those who do not deserve it. That's the sacrifice that needs to be made in order to unlock this extreme, passionate, positive outcomes. You have gateway coming through as well. This is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and I'm going to read you some of this from the booklet, because these cards deal with landscapes, and this landscape is known as the Enchanted Valley. There are places on the planet where the veil between the physical realms and the mystical dimensions is especially thin. These places are called portals, vortexes, or spirit gateways. In mythology, they are revered as places where things beyond ordinary reality can occur. Mystics, visionaries, and shamans can traverse this realm and the next through these places. In Celtic traditions, the wee folk, fairies and elves, easily move through these portals and have access to these magical places. The Enchanted Valley is the place where these portals often appear. This is so true, and I don't care how secular you are. Like, you came to the wrong channel if that's the case, but this is so true. There's an area nearby where I live, and I accidentally found out that it is one of these gateway places. Okay, it was the middle of the night, maybe 2:30 in the morning. I was with someone in particular, and it was a full moon, and we decided, let's go to this place. It's so beautiful. It's like a meadow, and we walked the little hiking trail to get there, and there was a certain point in the hiking trail where it was just pitch blackness, and we both stopped dead in our tracks, and we're just looking into this pitch blackness. Like, literally you could see absolutely nothing. It was kind of scary. And, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're definitely going through this with a flashlight. They didn't want to, but I wanted to. And we did. And I don't know, there was something about that pitch black thing that just felt like a gateway or a portal. And we made it to this beautiful, beautiful landscape on the other side. And I've been there before in the daylight, but this particular night, oh my gosh. First of all, just being outside during the nighttime and being a medium, very stimulating, very vexing. Okay. Everything, I was feeling the spirit of everything, the trees, the plants, very much riddled with fairy energy. And I love fairy energy. It's very polarizing amongst mediums. Some mediums hate fairies. I love them, but it was so cool. And later that night, a fairy actually showed up in my dream and was having a very direct conversation with me about something important. And the dream was so vivid, and I woke up, and what they told me, they gave me a warning about something in my life, and it took me a while to heed that warning, but they were right in the end. So anyways, these gateway places are so real. Just, a little tangent there, but okay. Magic is afoot. Oh wow, that's so funny that you had the magic card and then the gateway card as well. I'm reading this from the book. This is the message from the Sacred Valley, or whatever, the Enchanted Valley. Magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding. Profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. I have a feeling a lot of people who selected group number 2, you have past lives as fae or as nymphs or elves, sirens, merfolk, things like that. Even some dragon spirits in here. And I know if any of you watching don't believe in any of this stuff, just use it as a metaphor. But a lot of you guys are here. Okay. And you carried the ability to weave in and out of that realm into this lifetime. Okay. So a lot of you yourselves are pretty powerful shamans and seers and mediums, witches, things like that. Anyways, profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It is now much easier to manifest your dreams. I love that for you. 2025 is a year where things get easier. And guys, can I just say, we had Pluto move into Aquarius the third week of November in 2024, and it will stay in Aquarius for 20 years. And when this shift happened, I felt one of these gateways. The whole world went through this gateway, okay? Things that were okay when Pluto was in Capricorn are not okay anymore. Okay, when Pluto was in Capricorn, I love Capricorns, one of my favorite signs. My moon's in Capricorn. However, Pluto in Capricorn was an era of humanity where doing things like being sexist and racist and homophobic and xenophobic and just, nasty like that, walking on the backs of other people to reach your success, it was okay. And the perfect example I could give of this is if you look back to the early 2000s, WWE, totally just any movie that you watch from that time period, especially comedy movies, just really, they were all about the men who made the movies getting super wealthy off of overly sexualizing women to a very degrading level. It was the time, whatever. But that is an example of Pluto in Capricorn. Okay. And it doesn't just extend to sexism either. It's just people generally really, really benefiting off of other people's unpaid labors, the wage gap got so big during that time. For example, the wealthy became extremely wealthy by exploiting workers and different economic systems, different countries, etc. It really was just such a crazy time. Anybody who really embodied that sort of Pluto and Capricorn energy became billionaires, I'm not saying any transit is bad. They're all neutral. But Pluto and Aquarius is a whole different story, y'all. And I'm going to give a problematic example. But at the time that I'm filming this, just a few days ago, one of the CEOs of a major health insurance company was just murdered in the United States. And for those of you who aren't from the United States healthcare systems are such a scam. It's not even funny. And we are all suffering, and nobody likes the healthcare system here because it's basically non-existent and people die all the time. But anyways, that's an example of what Pluto and Aquarius be doing. So the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of you guys I know who watch this channel, who watch tarot readings in general, are people with a lot of integrity. Like, you're very thoughtful. That is why you get tarot readings. You want to plan ahead. You want to think ahead. A lot of time, a lot of you are empaths, very sensitive to energies and very psychic yourselves. Okay, this is your time to shine. Pluto in Aquarius, your time to shine. Life is becoming so much easier for us, okay? That's just what I'm feeling in the collective. Next 20 years, y'all, your time to shine. So there you go with that. This is an excellent time to take action on your visions for your future. A small amount of action now will generate much bigger results. Gateways to spirit are opening, and there are places where the veil is especially thin. Fairies and elves are supporting you. Wonders are blossoming in your life. Watch for them. Open your heart to hallowed, holy, magical energy. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. Yes, 2025 is a year where you guys are really putting in the work towards your dreams. I feel it. Like, really being productive. This portal is open for you, you know, and if you look further into the astrology and your personal charts, I'm sure you'll find something there that shows that this year is like really a time for you to be taking action. And that's the key word, action. Take action, because your magic is really, really strong right now. Your ability to manifest is extremely strong. It will be so easy for you to be successful and really multiply your success by many digits, okay? Like, for a lot of you with TWAs, this is a beautiful committed relationship. This is you committing to a new lifestyle that's really healthy and good for you. This is you multiplying your income, etc. Like, there's strong power and magic here. We have patience coming through as well. Look at that beautiful bird flying before this yellow sunlight sort of energy. I love that artwork. Whoever did that is amazing. And the landscape is dense fog for this. Water represents our emotions, our feelings, our subconscious, and our nocturnal dreams. When the water becomes condensed as fog, we can't see clearly. Fog occurs when the air is cooled to the point which it cannot hold all the water vapors it contains. Thus, it condenses water vapor where it is suspended in the air as fog. We can't see what's ahead, and things that look one way in fog will look another in the light. However, when you can't perceive what's on the horizon in life, your imagination can surge forward and your sixth sense can be ignited. See, that's the thing here. When you don't know what is going to happen within a certain relationship you're taking on, within a certain project or goal you're taking on, it actually gives you this strange sense of like beginner's luck magic. Okay, let me give you an example of this because I am notorious for doing this. Okay, I have this, like, some call it negative, some call it positive trait where I think things are going to be so much easier than they actually are. Like, when I started making my online tarot reading course, I said to myself, oh, I can get this done in like a month's time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Boy, was I wrong. It took me like 9 months of hard work and working so many hours a day to finish this thing. But the thing is, like, I had that beginner's luck because if I would have known how much work it would have taken in the long run, I would have never gotten started. Okay. Same thing. Recently, I signed up for a full marathon without ever being a runner in my life. Actually, vehemently hating running most of my life. For some reason, I woke up one day and I'm like, I'm going to run a marathon. So I signed up like 11 months in advance and I've been training extremely hard ever since. But I was so convinced it would be easy for me from going to be like a mountain hiker to running a full marathon. And boy, was I wrong. Okay. But I'm still doing it. And it's like this whole new path opened up. So the reason why I'm sharing these stories is because that's what I'm seeing with the patience card here. It's like sometimes when you don't know how the future is going to unfold, it actually makes you so potent and magical for like beautiful blessings to come in and really manifesting a solid reality for yourself. In dense fog, it's best to be quiet and still. For now, don't go forward. Wait. It's hard to see what lies ahead, and things may not be as they seem. Things that seem one way, in fact, may be completely different. Be patient. The truth will emerge. In this state of obscured visibility, your imagination and intuition can be sparked. If you can wait long enough, your dreams and inner yearnings will come to fruition. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to those seemingly random thoughts. Exactly. I don't know. There's like an extra layer of spiritual truth in that some people might not be able to pick up on, but I am telling you, that is so true. Like when you really slow your breathing down, enjoy the silence and like sort of quiet reality around you, and really pay attention. Meditation is great for this exact reason. Just falling into this state of observation, you will notice that a lot of your own thoughts and feelings and ideas have psychic truth to them. It's like one of those things where something happens and you're like, oh my gosh, I knew it all along. Well, if you knew it all along, why didn't you do anything about it? Because you weren't paying attention to the thought, to the dream, to the idea. So when you find that quietness every day and you take yourself seriously, you take your ideas seriously and take action on them with Gateway. When you pay attention to how a situation or someone makes you feel and you take that feeling as truth and you inquire about it, so much more truth will come up. I could give 1,000,001 examples of how life-changing this is. There's no point in being psychic. And I'm saying it just flat out because that's what you guys are. You are psychic. You are spiritually connected, deeply so, very powerfully, because you have these past lives as these magical creatures. Okay? You still have the ability to weave in and out of spirit and physical reality, the 3D and 5D in this lifetime. You always have. Third eye's always been open for you if you select group number 2. There's no point in having those gifts and those abilities if you don't listen to yourself and trust yourself. Okay? And it could be so frustrating. I know the frustration because this is what I felt like all throughout my early teenage years, like throughout high school, because like I would constantly think things and they would happen, but like there was no way for me to discern and predict, because it's like, well, how do I know what thoughts are just like my dumb regular thoughts versus, oh no, this is actually going to manifest, this is actually going to happen. Meditate, think about it, like really trust the thoughts and feelings that come up as truth. I'm telling you, it will lead to more truth. Whenever I get a weird vibe about someone or a weird intuitive nudge, I just tell them about it. Hey, I got this random intuitive nudge. Like, what's up with it? They'll tell you the exact truth. Actually, I know a lot of light workers and psychics who, I don't know why so many of us have the same story, have like dated someone who was cheating, and then we just see it in our dreams, like them cheating on us, or just having this like paranoid feeling despite being a secure person. And like, I'm telling you, just bring it up to them. Oh, this happened. You know, you'll never know. They may be like, yeah, that happened. Never doubt yourself. Okay. That was a really bad example. I'm not trying to scare you for your head. That was an example, but guys, there's so much magic in the air. You have stand your ground coming out. And this says, standing your ground is an empowering, confidence-building action to take from time to time. Now is the moment when you need to stand your ground. You know you can do it, and you know that by doing so, you will be the victor. Yes. And then we have the shaman. Guys, I'm telling you, guys, spiritual awakening in group number 2. You guys are on the shamanic path. I feel it in my bones. It is what you are. Wow, I need to read this from the booklet. This is the Wild Unknown Archetypes. The shaman is somebody who walks between worlds, also known as the sorcerer, the medicine woman. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. There's that word again, magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, otherwise known as the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, gateway, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. Okay, those 3 things that we just listed, if you selected group number 2, I have a strong feeling you have all 3 of those, okay? That shows that you are on the shamanic path. And you may or may not have had your initiation at this point in time, or maybe that's coming for you in 2025. And, unfortunately, a lot of people in Western culture are not tied to shamanism. Shamanism happens in every single culture, on every nook and cranny of the universe. Or of the world, rather, because this is the only place where humans exist. Okay, every culture has shamans. So there's an initiation period, which is usually quite traumatic, to be honest with you. Just to be completely honest with you, it is very traumatic. And it really, really puts you concretely onto the path of the shaman, if you can survive it. And yes, when I use the word survive, I am literally talking about not dying, because oftentimes these experiences bring you very close to death. And in cultures that are more indigenous, connected to Mother Nature, you usually have guides, like physical guides, people who have been there and done that, other shamans, other medicine people who help guide you along, which is a lot more nice. But if you don't have that community and that culture, you're basically just using spirits and spirit as your guide, learning straight from the source, okay? So you guys may have done that, continue to do that, or will be doing that in 2025. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. Is that not what I was just saying, y'all? And this is why it's important as a psychic to listen to your own thoughts. I was just saying that. What's the point of having these spiritual psychic gifts if you're keeping them locked away to yourself, if you're not taking action on it? Oh my gosh. Okay. We have courage. Yeah, have the courage, have the audacity to share more of your wisdom with the world. And I'm not saying you guys have to become tarot readers. I'm not saying you have to become like energy healers or anything crazy like that. A lot of shamans do their work through normal everyday fields. Maybe they are morticians and they help celebrate funerals and death. Maybe they are doulas, bringing babies into the world, or death doula, helping people transition out of this world. Sometimes they are therapists, psychiatrists, things like that. Sometimes they are great artists and musicians that creates portals through their art that really helps bring healing to the planet and speaks to people. There's so many different ways. Like literally, this life purpose of being a shaman can translate into like any career. Most careers, okay? Like even if you are a chef, it's like you can carry on the history, the tradition, the culture of the food. You bring people together, you know? It's just those 3 things that we talked about. Long-standing and diligent study, an orientation that is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, and then finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world. Those 3 things, you're in alignment, you're on your path. Okay, if you're somebody who has the shamanic archetype, which you are, and you do not do those 3 things or prioritize those 3 things, and you choose like self-destruction or complacency, as in like not studying, or, you know, being in a job that causes destruction, it will bring you to your death. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm not exaggerating. Like, if you have this archetype and you are not in alignment with it, if you are resisting it, it will bring you to your death. I don't know how else to spit it. Like, choose a life that is in alignment with you if you like living. So scary. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I'm getting so dramatic. I'm picking the wrong cards. We have solitude coming out. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at exactly the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or changing. Yes. Let me tell you, some of my more powerful moments in life happen, like my powerful seasons in life of great magic and manifestation and happiness happens right after I released and let go of people who were really resisting me. You know, relationships where it's like I was pulling teeth trying to get them to communicate in a healthy way and blah, 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 wasting all of my magic, all of my potential on someone who did not deserve it. Okay. That's magic and reverse energy right there. If you're in any relationship or situation like that, where it's like you are, this is actually the dark side of the shaman that this was talking about. It says, when dark, over promises, blames, hurts self and others. I would say the shadow element, the shadow aspect of a lot of shamans, mystics, people with great power, is using that power to manipulate actions in a way that they do not want to be manipulated. For example, you may have the magic within you to seduce anyone and make them yours, for example. You know it. Like, you know you can do that. But it's like, why do that with somebody who keeps resisting you at every single turn? It will drain your magic, your energy faster than anything else. Let me tell you, from personal experience, let me tell you, when you keep trying to use your magic to make something work that does not want to work, it will drain you of your vital essence. Yes, you can do it. I know somebody who did do it, you know. They come from a long line of mystical women. And this particular person chose a husband who is like a stone wall of a person. You know, you have to pull teeth to get this husband to do anything. Be a good parent, you know, like contribute equally, not be in a bad mood, go to the doctor, take care of yourself, etc. And this person, this husband, didn't want children, didn't want marriage, didn't want any of that. But the woman had the magic within her to change his mind and like use her magical ways to sort of get what she wanted, which was him. And she spent her whole life just, I don't know how to put it, like disempowered, tired, lacking energy. Can you imagine, instead of wasting your magic on keeping situations in your life that don't want to be there or that resist you at every turn, you instead used it to fill yourself up, to lift yourself up and radiate more and more energy. You would never have to chase or force. Everything and everyone will come to you who are meant for you. And the more you step into that authenticity, the brighter your aura becomes, which means you become a more polarizing individual. You really repel the people and vibrations that are not meant for you, and you really repel negativity as well, negative intentions. And you really attract soulmates and people who are for you and so many amazing experiences. But you have to be comfortable in your solitude before you can do that. So you need to let go of, you know, the people, places, and things that you're afraid to let go of that are actually out of alignment for you. You need to cultivate the courage to be yourself. You need to cultivate the audacity to be yourself, loud and proud. Share your knowledge and wisdom with the world, because it will help so many people and it will bring you directly towards what you want in 2025. We have Healer of the Ages in reverse. Guys, I don't say this often, but a lot of you guys are very destined to be some sort of healer. And 2025 may be the year that you really step into that role. We have attachment. Yeah, you're not going to step into it though if you keep these negative attachments towards you and with you. So let's pull some tarot now, getting some more specifics. 2025, year of the shaman. This is the year that you really become a healer and you open up portal after portal, allowing ancient wisdom to flow through you. You turn yourself into a portal, allowing ancient wisdom to really flow through you at a high velocity, and allowing that to happen really, really just makes you so magical. And it's just, you'll be so much more in alignment. Everything will be in alignment. You won't struggle when you embrace this archetype that you naturally are, when you embrace who you really are and show it loud and proud to the world. I don't know how else to put it. We have the Queen of Coins. Exactly. This is strength. First off, this is good money. Commitment as well. We saw that with Tiwa's beautiful, committed romantic relationship. And we're also seeing you really committed to your goals and dreams, your health especially, and making yourself more prosperous. We have the Magician. Are you kidding me? So much magic, so much manifestation, prosperity, beautiful, stunning energies, guys. The Magician shows you already have all of the tools you need to manifest your highest dream. Okay, dream big, guys. What? Like, I'm not talking about your current little tiny dream. Like, no, your biggest dream, being a millionaire, having the love of your life, having a family, whatever it may be, living in your dream house, already accessible to you. There's no need for you to wait, because you already have the exact tools that you need in order to manifest that. And that is a part of the manifestation process. You don't just say, I want to be a millionaire, and then tomorrow you're a millionaire. No. Manifestation happens instantly. There is no delay. I don't care who you are or where you're at in life. There is no delay to manifestation. So the second you decide, I'm going to be a millionaire, immediately, again, get into that state of mind of just observing. You will have the ideas, the thoughts, the intuitive nudge, the direction that manifests itself almost instantaneously that will take you to being a millionaire. And that is what you need to take action on. Oh my God, it's all coming together. I love it. It's not about waiting for it to happen. It is about recognizing that the second you set an intention, you are a shaman, okay? The second you set your intention, you're already on that timeline. You're already there. It's already manifested. So you need to recognize, how did this intention manifest itself already? Look for the breadcrumbs that will lead you towards that manifestation, and keep taking action after action. And don't delay either. Just do it when it feels right in the present moment. We have the Sun coming out in reverse. The sun will come out tomorrow. I feel like life is going to get better and easier for you in 2025 because you are living more authentically. You are stepping out of the spiritual closet and into your purpose. It just feels so good. We have the Ace of Wands, creative project, vision, and dream. A lot of you guys, I am seeing your own businesses, your own brands, social media. I am seeing being a healer for the collective. Okay, so you may be working with the collective in some way, kind of similar to what I'm doing, honestly. Like I use YouTube and my website and whatnot. You may be doing something else. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you are also doing social media. Maybe you are starting a business that's more local. Maybe even like a brick and mortar store. Like connecting with a community, but it's very like a lot of inspiration and passion surrounds your work. And also Ace of Wands, this is just a fire sex life, guys. This is just that passion, that chemistry romantically that we were talking about as well. You're committing to both intensely in 2025. It's very intense. Man, group number 2, again, I thought I clicked the play button, the start button, and I just filmed for however long, and it wasn't even recording. So we have the Ace of Wands, okay? We have the Ace of Cups as well. 2 very positive cards that show new beginnings for you, and very positive ones. Ace of Cups is extremely emotionally fulfilling. It represents fertility, a new start emotionally. I really feel a passionate romantic relationship for like a lot of people watching, and like this may be one that really ascends in commitment. There's so much passion, so much like you're just on the same page emotionally as well. Now, these are sort of like hopscotch in between some 9. So we have Ace, 9, Ace, 9. 9 of Swords in reverse and the 9 of Wands upright. 9 of Swords in reverse shows overthinking, like to the point where it affects your sleep schedule, your mental health, etc. And it's right smack in the middle of these new beginnings, this new beginning energy. So there could be a lot of anxiety, which honestly, natural. I think a little bit of anxiety is pretty natural when there's so many like new energies entering your life. Okay, for example, like if you are in a new relationship that's deepening, you're moving in for the first time together, and in the midst of all of that, you have like new business, career ideas and goals and projects that you're working on that puts you out there more and makes you more like visible or seen, or you're stepping into your soul purpose, and it's scary. Like it's like a positive yet scary at the same time. Does that make sense? So I am feeling that energy quite strongly, just to be honest with you. And with 9 of Wands as well, this is a card of like fear, like honestly fearing, like if I am myself and I put this side of me out there, like what if I lose everything that I worked my way up to build? And the kicker to this, guys, is you will. If what you built was out of alignment, you will lose it. Okay, that's a part of the Kundalini awakening. And that's why a lot of yogis, a lot of shamans, a lot of masters, they don't necessarily recommend Kundalini awakening type of ascension for everybody, because it will tear your life down. It will completely, if you've been living your whole life appeasing others and sort of watering down your personality as to be charming and not make others uncomfortable, and you've been doing what you thought was right and what everyone has been telling you is right, but really not showing the fullness of your personality and your thoughts and ideas, making yourself smaller. If you spend your whole life doing that, I can guarantee you that yes, these new beginnings and you having this fresh start, like really embodying who you are, it will totally rip your life out from the roots up. Okay. But that's not a bad thing. Okay. Because your life before was a lie, if that's the case, you know? So yeah, aces represent planting new seeds though. So I am wondering if you guys already have been going through that process, and, you know, this year you're trying to release attachments. We had the attachment card, and trying to just be who you know you always were supposed to be. You have a lot of cards that represent new beginnings. I mean, you have the Magician, which is card number 1. You have 2 aces. I mean, you had this gateway card that shows portals opening up, and it's saying like manifestation is high, use your magic now. Queen of Coins, which shows that prosperity. You're getting yourself onto a solid path that is very right for you, very in alignment with your mystical spiritual purpose. You're going to be helping the planet a lot, helping a lot of people. You're a healer. You're going to heal and help grow and evolve the world. Whew, but man, oh man, it's a blessing and a curse, guys. It's crazy. I feel like I'm almost talking to my younger self, but not quite. It's a blessing and a curse. I mean, it's not an easy path to walk, especially in the beginning. Especially if you're in the very beginning and having these mystical experiences, paranormal experiences, really, without the help and guidance of someone who's been there, you know, or not knowing how to protect your energy. 9 of Wands, protect your energy, okay? If you are somebody who has this calling, it's important for you to cleanse your energy way more frequently than the average person. And, you know, don't overthink protecting your energy. It's something as simple as carrying a protective amulet. But I think the most powerful thing you can do is to just embody lighthearted love with everything that you do. You know, when I first started out, when I had a really massive, like, shamanic initiation at the age of 18, I was having nightmares of demons trying to get at me and sometimes actually getting at me, like, every single night. There was, like, a high degree of, like, paranoia and things like that, and really, really paranormal experiences. So what I found is that literally, like, during those nightmares, just walking up to those demons and hugging them and showing love and humor and joy was the strongest and is the strongest energy protection you can do in the face of anything like that, or any person like that, alive or dead, you know? So there's nothing to fear. We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. Some of you are wanting to travel more in 2025. We have the 7 of Coins, okay? Upright, I'm taking it upright. 7 of Coins, working hard, taking the actions. Some of you guys may be learning a lot more in 2025 as well. Learning, like, new skills, for sure. I don't know, some of you guys may be learning things like IT related. I don't know why that's standing out to me, like technology, learning marketing, or things like that. Some of you may even be learning language, an instrument. It's like something that you repeat over and over and over again, or doing some sort of workout routine that is like you do it over and over and over. You get better and better. I am seeing a lot of that hard work, and it will pay off. We have the Star. Yes, first off, a big card of mediumship, being connected to your guides, but also another powerful manifesting card. Guys, like I said, your intentions this year, your ambitions, if you simply just keep taking action on them and being dedicated and doing the right thing with a lot of integrity, not taking shortcuts that step on the backs of other people, I am telling you, this year is going to be crazy for you in a positive way, because it just, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like your manifesting ability, your magic is so increased right now. And you may be feeling this recently, like these past few weeks and months, depending on when you're watching. You may have been feeling like, man, I am on a lucky streak, or I just feel like there's nothing. Some of you may even feel there's nothing left for you to improve in your life. You're just vibing to the max. Or you're getting there. It's like so many heavy burdens that you've been carrying for years. It's like suddenly you have solutions, and the solutions are way simpler than you thought. I'm telling you, you're protected. And this is a crazy, amazing year. Page of Wands, so much passion again, right underneath that Ace of Wands. Wow, some of you guys are connecting sexually to someone in like a soulmate way, like earth-shattering, explosive, passionate chemistry with this person. But also, there's a lot of vitality within yourself as well. And you're just finding an increased sense of energy, focus, and motivation to work on your goals, dreams, and manifestations, your projects. We have the Fool coming out upright. Guys, this is a really positive reading. Starting something new. Ace, the Fool, the Magician. These are all cards of brand new beginnings. There could be like 4 massive new beginnings or more in 2025. Like starting your life with someone amazing. Romantic relationship, making a beautiful move, a new business. It'll look so different for all of you. New car, new furniture, new wardrobe, upgrading. And it's all rooted in so much passion, fire, desire to be changed, and emotional fulfillment. It's fulfilling to do what you're doing. It feels right. It feels in alignment. These are the energies you have access to when you really let yourself be the shaman, the priestess that you are, connected to your intuition and your guides. We have the 10 of Wands as your final card out. Yeah, I think towards the end of the year, like there's just so many interesting new things that you're taking on. My only piece of advice would be don't burn yourself out. Don't make it too much all at once. Crazy. Delegate responsibilities, and the more successful you get, find ways to save yourself time. Don't be a micromanager, for example. But guys, this is a beautiful this is a beautiful year. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely get the 2025 tarot and mediumship reading with me to get your personalized outlook on the year ahead with your personal messages from your guides and lovely spirit friends. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I'd love to hear. And subscribe if you've not already. Even if you don't want the 2025 reading, I offer other readings. All of my readings are going to give you the option to ask any questions that you want. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day which one you choose, because at the end of the day, it's like you can ask whatever questions you want, or if you have any like topics that are concerning you or like burning things on your mind and heart that you just want to share and just generally get a reading on, on my website, spiritpsychic.org. And also my shamanic life coaching works in the same way. You just ask or say whatever you want through email, and then I get you your reading back to you within 7 days. Okay. And usually exactly 7 days after. And I just lost my train of thought there. Oh, with the shamanic life coaching, you also get daily email correspondence after your reading for however long you want. And then if you're getting it for multiple weeks, you will also have weekly hour-long readings. Okay, so that's all on my website. I also have my intention oils there, as well as my online tarot reading course. So if you want to become a really confident reader of tarot and oracle and other divination, and learn how to truly deeply trust your psychic and mediumship abilities, using tarot as the tool to help you do that, and getting yourself to a point of confidence in your own shamanic abilities to where you feel like you can even turn it into a business, then you should definitely be signing up for that course. Okay. I would love to have you as a student. And again, all of my offerings are on my website, spiritpsychic.org. Link in the description. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. You guys selected the Rose Quartz. So let's see what 2025 has in store for you. The rune that came out for you is called Lagus. It's the rune of water. So if life has been feeling a little bit slow for you recently, this definitely shows that in 2025, some things are going to be picking up for you. And all you have to do is be patient. You don't even have to go out of your way to do anything extraordinary. It's just the winds of life will be blowing you in a fair direction. So that's really beautiful. There could be some emotional developments happening for you in 2025 as well, because water does represent emotions and emotional shifts and changes. Whenever Lagus comes out, to me, it always gives this vibe of like, if you feel like all of your friends or family or everyone around you has their own life and everything seems to be working out for them, and you're asking yourself like, when will it be my turn? Lagus is a really great rune because it shows that 2025 is the year where it is your turn and things are just getting luckier for you. You have to be willing to gracefully allow whatever is sort of drifting out of your life to drift out of your life. I'm getting the message, don't help those who don't want help. Especially adults, like if they refuse to get any help, if they refuse to listen to your advice, let them suffer, okay? Sometimes people need to learn lessons the hard way, and we might have the exact wisdom and advice that would really benefit them, but if they're unwilling to take it, okay, well then you're going to have to learn the hard way, and it can be very difficult to let other people suffer in that way, but you have to understand you're not the one letting them suffer. They are the ones that are choosing to suffer themselves. And you know what? Sometimes people just have to do that because they're too stubborn and they won't listen. Okay, so for some reason that message is just coming through intuitively for you. Another part of that message is also like, if there are friends in your life or people in your life who it's like you are always there for them, but they never are there for you, let them leave your life gracefully. You know, people show you through their actions exactly how they feel about you. And there's really no excuse for ill treatment and all that. So I am seeing gently letting people like that out of your life. They may become less significant part of your life heading into 2025. For some of you, this could even be family. Okay, family members who are never there for you. You're always there for them, giving them all this advice, helping them out with everything and anything. But, you know, something's got to give at some point because that's a really draining way of existing. So let's see what else wants to come out for you. What is your overall spiritual theme and major lesson for 2025? You have the Andean cross, beautiful. So we see here the different directions, north, east, south, and west, and the portal in the center. So it sort of represents entering into a new space altogether in life, stepping through a portal. Let me read this from the book for you so you have a great understanding, because this is going to be your major theme that will apply to all areas of your life. The Andean cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It depicts the 4 cardinal directions, the upper and lower worlds, and the steps to reach these realms. The hole in the center is a gateway to interdimensional travel, the proverbial eye of the needle we all can go through to experience higher states of awareness and wisdom and to break free of linear time. Very beautiful. I definitely feel, group number 3, you are experiencing much higher levels of wisdom in 2025. There is a sort of maturity that is awakening within you that's kind of hard to describe logically. It's just something that you feel within you. Like you just feel much more clear-minded, and a lot, like everything in your life is sort of changing because your vibration itself is raising. The Andean cross announces the start of a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day to that which, until now, has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. Absolutely. Kundalini awakening sort of energy happening here. And with these sort of awakenings, it really pulls you away from wearing the world so heavily, you know, responding so emotionally to other people and how they treat you, to life's stressors. You understand that this is all just one big cosmic playground, you know, and we don't have to take life so seriously. I kind of get the vibe that you are becoming more healthily detached from your reality. And it's like just letting people be who they want to be. Like, okay, if you want to learn the hard way, by all means do that. And understanding that that's part of life. You know, you did the same thing too in the past. There were some lessons you had to learn the hard way because you refused to listen to the advice of people around you. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to take it personally, letting it go, choosing peace, etc. So higher levels of thinking are definitely occurring here. Higher levels of connection, especially with Lagus, the water rune coming out as well. Water also represents connection to spirituality and one's emotions and gaining control of that. When I think of Lagus, I actually think of like a very calm sea. And it's like just waiting for that wind to blow, actually. It's the opposite of being afraid. Like, oh my gosh, the waves are so insane, there's a storm. No, it's like the exact opposite. It's like, man, I really just need a good push in the right direction. And that's coming for you in 2025. And it's funny because as I'm filming this, my laptop's open, obviously, because it charges up my microphone. And I have one of those backgrounds that changes every so often, and I don't pick the photos. And right now it's actually on an ocean that's completely still, and there's a sailboat there. So that's so funny. But anyways, let's see. We have Voyage. Look at that calm sea. Did I just say? Oh my gosh. You guys know I didn't see these cards. I literally shuffled on camera. I never do, by the way. I don't, do fake readings, y'all. But let's see. This is the humpback whale. Humpback whales make the longest journey of any mammal. They travel 14,000 miles every year. They spend the summer months near polar regions, and in the winter they journey towards the equator to tropical waters. Among some native tribes, whales are considered to be protectors of travelers and journeyers, as well as guardians of the sea. This card indicates that no matter what your journey is and where it takes you, you have protectors at your side. So I feel a lot of you will be doing some pretty big travels in 2025. I'm getting the image here in my mind. Some of you, okay, it'll look different for some of you. For some of you, you could be working a job where it requires you to be in a certain city, like every so often. Like once a month, you have to travel to this city, like take a plane or something. And for others of you, this could be like a long distance friendship or relationship where you visit them very often. Like maybe you go there like once every 2 months, or something like that. So I see you sort of voyaging back and forth from a location for whatever reason. And if you don't know what I'm talking about now, this may actually make more sense towards the end of the year. Maybe there's some sort of development that causes you to go back and forth towards some place. For others of you, if you're wealthier, perhaps this could be like a vacation home or something like that. Something of that nature. I don't know. It's really cool, but let's see what the message has to say. It says, get ready. You are about to embark on a journey. And wow, this Andean cross also said you're about to embark on like a new journey, stepping through that eye of the needle. It may be an inner sojourn or an outer voyage to a distant land. It might be a project or idea that's coming to life, but most certainly you are an intrepid traveler, sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do or be? This is the time to make it happen. Get prepared, have a clear vision of what you want to experience, but also be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. Remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. Wow, lots of journeys this year, guys. I'm seeing a soul journey. Becoming very, like, I'm seeing you just being totally surrounded by deep wisdom. Some of you guys may be like reading, books from that like self-help section. I don't know how else to describe it. That little self-help aisle in like Barnes & Noble where there's the tarot cards, but there's also like, all these books by like public speakers and very motivational and psychological. You may be reading a lot of those, okay? Or just doing deep meditations yourself, or taking on something that takes like a more spiritual journey, whether that be getting yourself into like yoga or like really pushing your limits athletically if you're into athletics, whether that is doing deeper and deeper meditations, changing up your diet to be mostly like whole foods and, connecting with plant spirits, things like that. I'm seeing some inner voyages, but then that also replicates itself in your outer reality by having you travel and go on outer voyages. We have standstill. This card has been coming up for everyone. So many people. Their 2025 reading has involved this standstill card. Oh my gosh. I'm going to read it again for y'all. This is like the 20th time I've read this. And this is the swamplands. So the swamplands are coming through as a spirit guide for you. A swamp is a low-lying area with woody plants, shrubs, and trees, where water collects and saturates the ground. During rainy seasons, swamplands become overwhelmed with water. The edge of the swamp is often a quagmire of mud and silt, but an abundance of plants and swamp insects dwell there. Because of the sticky nature of the mud, it is often impossible to walk through swamplands. Even trying to maneuver with a boat can be very difficult and treacherous because of dense vegetation. However, there is great value in swamplands. They act as a natural flood control, as runoff can be temporarily stored in their basins. They keep the land around them from washing away. Lush vegetation provides a haven for nesting birds and waterfowl, as well as habitat to mammals such as beaver. Freshwater swamps near the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in the Middle East are part of the Fertile Crescent and contributed to the fertility of the land for the earliest humans. So this beautiful swampland has some messages for you for 2025. If it feels like some areas of your life have slowed down or even come to a standstill, you are right. Something is not progressing. I just want to say the rune Lagus that came out for you, similar message. It's like you may be feeling like everyone around me is growing and developing in this way and that way, and I just feel like I'm behind. Let me tell you, 2025 is the year where you're going to figure it out. You're going to go on an inner voyage and understand why this is. And it's going to start propelling forward. Something is still not progressing. Even if it seems like things are flowing, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say, there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what isn't working in your life and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into the mud, the worst thing you can do is struggle. The best thing you can do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. Beautiful message. So we see you getting yourself out of the mud. What does that mean for you? The areas of your life that you feel like aren't growing and aren't developing, you are getting yourself out of that. Getting yourself out of that poverty for some of you, health issues that aren't progressing, debts that you're stuck in. Things like that are very, very possible for you in 2025. We have mistakes. And listen to this message. It says, allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. Exactly. Being a perfectionist is something that will completely stunt you. Because when you're so afraid of messing up and making mistakes or having something not go right, you will never put yourself out of your comfort zone, ever. Perfectionism is the enemy of creativity. Because when you embark on a new journey, a new voyage, you are going to make mistakes. And that is a part of the process. Be grateful for those mistakes. And I'll give you an example. When I started doing YouTube videos, I was not perfect at making videos at all. I would get so frustrated because I would have like audio issues, video issues. I would have to refilm things that I was filming for like hours on end because of the mistakes that I was making. You know, I was making lots of mistakes when it came to marketing and SEO, being visible, you know, creating a nice product for people to enjoy. Oh my gosh, here's a big mistake. I had my website for multiple years now, and I kept like putting things up on my website and I'm like, this is gonna like go off so well with like search engines. And this whole entire time, like most of my website pages were not even listed on Google. That was a massive mistake that I just discovered like 2 months ago. Okay. So, and I've been doing this for many years now. Mistakes are a part of the journey, and progress in your goals is all about making mistakes, learning from them, and then implementing the wisdom that you gained. That's it. That's growth. So if you're going to wait to start that YouTube channel or start that business or whatever, until you are perfect at it, you are never going to get started because you will never be perfect. And my biggest piece of advice to anybody who's wanting to start something new and start something big is to just get started today. Because honestly, getting started is the hardest part. So just get it done and over with. And that's what I did when I first started this YouTube channel. I've been telling myself for like 5 years I was going to start a YouTube channel. Never did it. And then one day I just woke up and I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I didn't do any research. I just I had a ring light that can hold my phone, and I pointed it to the table and I just did some tarot readings. I think I did October tarot readings for each zodiac sign. And the audio and visuals were very bad. There was no microphone. I was just letting my camera microphone record. I was obnoxious. So, oh, good times. Learn from your mistakes, y'all. But don't be afraid of making the mistakes in the first place. We have direction coming out. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Very powerful and good affirmation to use. Affirmation is law. When you affirm something, it just happens immediately. You'll get the insights you need immediately, the next step immediately. That's how manifestation works. There's no delay. There's no lag in manifestation. I was just telling the other group this. If you said, I am a millionaire, immediately it is manifested, and you will get the idea, the tool, the opportunity, or whatever next step you need in order to become a millionaire. It will enter your life just like that. That's what people don't understand about manifestation. You don't wait. You should never, ever, ever wait. It will manifest immediately in some regard. Okay? So it's really important for you to pay attention to the ideas in your head, the thoughts that pop up in your head, the signs around you, because it will manifest immediately. We have the gem coming out from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. So this is the number 61. Let's see what it has to say for you. This is also known as the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure. There are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift, the gold. One thing for certain is that it is found deep within a substance that is very much unlike it. For example, a diamond in the rough. The gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. Oh, I got a feeling that group number 3, you're this diamond in a rough. You somehow managed to sparkle and shine with beautiful wisdom and kindness and amazing qualities despite your surroundings, despite where you came from, despite the people around you. Okay, let's keep reading. You can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface. A descent beneath the surface. Oh my gosh. Where there is no definitive map. Yet the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Your gem, like your destiny, is unlike any other in the entire world. Keep digging. Beautiful. Taking an inner voyage again. This is what we're saying. This is what we're talking about. Who are you? Diving deeper and deeper into who you are in 2025 and finding answers when it comes to who you really are and how you let the world see that. So your message from your spirit guides is nature. This is time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend quality time outdoors. Yeah, some of you guys may be voyaging, traveling to beautiful natural locations this year. Okay, yeah. So we're going to dive into the tarot now to to get more. Oh, wait, no, we're not. I forgot an oracle deck. No, we're not. We're going to shuffle up the energy oracle. See what your oracles. I was like looking at this and I'm like, this doesn't seem like enough cards. Okay. Energy oracle. Can't believe I almost forgot. This is one of my favorite oracle decks too. This is my first oracle deck. Okay, this came out very much on its side, kind of in that direction though. Fourth chakra in reverse, upright. We don't really know, but that is the heart chakra, guys, and very connected to nature as well. Going deep within your own heart, within your own feelings. I am seeing this is a very healing year for you. Creative, messy, emotional. It's going to be so beautiful, guys. Like, I don't know why I'm getting visions of like literally getting messy. Like, dropping the perfectionist act. Like, for example, let's just say you live in a home and it's like that millennial gray, you know what I'm talking about? Millennial gray with the white cabinets and the gray floors, laminate floors. And it's like, I get this image of like living in that house. And this is just an example of the energies. So don't take it so literally, but it's like living in that house and doing your hair perfectly every day and, wearing in all of the clothes that all of your coworkers wear and really fitting in. And it's like having a breaking point where you're just like, you know what, F it. And you just completely repaint the entire house to be these bold, bright, fun colors. And you let your hair down, wild and free. And you go on inner journeys of self-discovery and just completely change as a person and let yourself be messy and wild and free. That is sort of the vibe I'm getting for 2025. Some of you guys may be embracing your raw beauty more as well. Like, for example, if you feel like you can't leave the house without wearing makeup, or like you don't want to like sweat in front of people, you're just like, I don't care, I'm going to be sweaty and like let my natural hair grow out. Like, you're not afraid of doing that anymore. I mean, you may also still enjoy your other style, appearance, and way of presenting in front of the world in addition, but it's like really loving both versions of yourself. Okay. We have yin and yang, and when this is upright, I do believe it is a yin cycle. You'd think I've memorized this by now. This happens in like every reading that this deck comes out. Okay, let's look at the book. Yep, it's a yin cycle. All right, feminine energies. And again, going within yourself, very spiritual year, connecting with you, with your guides, getting deep, getting personal, going to the depths of your own shadows and making friends with your demons. And it'll change everything in your life. Absolutely everything. In a positive way. Like, you're integrating your shadow, for sure. And allowing yourself permission to make mistakes. That's why you're at a standstill. That's why things aren't progressing, because you're just sort of like sitting where you're at, whether that is with your business and career, whether that is with your love life, or really your health, any area of life. It's like you're trying to make it work, whatever you're currently doing. You're trying to make it work. You're sort of like waiting for the universe to provide results for what you're doing. But that's what I'm saying. Manifestation does not involve waiting. It manifests immediately. So if you're at this standstill, it's not going to magically change. Do whatever you can in the present moment to shift things up. If you don't like where things currently are at, what actions can you take? Because when you wait, you're really disempowering yourself, because you are putting power into the hands of like the universe, but the universe is just a reflection of you. So it's like, if you're waiting, the universe around you is going to be waiting. Whereas if you're saying, this is what I'm going to manifest and I'm doing it right now, here's all the actions I'm going to take, the universe is going to have the same exact attitude and bring you everything that you want, everything that you're trying to do in life. So let's see. We have the 9 of Swords. So this card does represent like mental health, and we have this heart chakra in reverse. Some of you guys may be overcoming some sadness. And I don't know why I'm just specifically getting this image from some of you of like just feeling very like left out of a group, like a friend group specifically. And I know this is really specific. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But I just get this image of like a group of people who you really consider to be like your soul family, friends. And they're just acting very much, well, first off, in a way that doesn't align well with you. I'm seeing like these are people who really give into things like gossiping, but in a negative way. Not even gossiping, because gossiping is actually really good. You know, it's great to hold other people accountable socially and to share information, to let the community support you through your darkest and most beautiful moments, you know. But when it becomes like trash talking, then that's very toxic. So this group may be into that, and you may not necessarily resonate with that. And as mentioned previously, it's that energy of like, you do so much for them, but where are they when it's your turn to shine? You know what's funny? I had a dream about this last night, and I didn't know why I had that dream, but I think I had that dream because of your reading, because that happens sometimes. Yeah, let's see. We have the High Priestess. Wow, you have so many cards here that suggest like really honing in to your spiritual connection and your psychic abilities. The High Priestess is someone who is completely connected to the unseen realms, like really connected to paranormal activity, to spirit guides and fairies and energies, picking up on the energies of the people around you, doing more energetic work. Some of you guys may even be getting deeply into like feng shui and maybe like Reiki, energy healing, things like that to improve your life. Affirmations, like really supporting yourself spiritually and having a spiritually rich and fulfilling life. And also I look at the background, like she's on these beautiful cushions with curtains and lanterns and things like that. And again, I come back to this message of like, for some reason, like designing and decorating your home, your space to have a lot of personality. So that may just be a little like nuanced thing about 2025 that you may be getting into, but really making this space your own. We have the Seven of Coins. Putting in the work. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys are working hard in 2025. Comment down below. What are your biggest dreams and hopes and wishes for 2025? That's what you're going to be working so hard at. And specifically, it's this process of like repetition, you know, doing the same thing over and over and over again until you get better, until it becomes flawless, until you become a master at it. So using YouTube as an example again, it's like you make video after video after video, posting them all and, you know, slowly building your audience. And throughout time, you get better at making those videos. Like each video you make, there's something improved about it. Each day you create a small improvement, and it really, really adds up over time. You know, same thing if you're getting fit, like let's just say you are working out. It's like each time you work out, you add a little bit of weight, or more repetitions, and you just keep growing from there. It's not that difficult. It's a simple process of just pushing your comfort zone further and further and further away. And really, and you know, that's the thing. When you do that, you make yourself more at ease in life, more comfortable in life. Every time you push yourself in that way, in that positive way, it builds confidence. Okay, people who have like severe social anxiety, for example, they need to do this, because the more you sort of gently push your comfort zone, the more comfortable you become in more situations, you know? That's what builds confidence. And, you know, take it from me, because I was like deeply afraid, not afraid, but like, I don't know. I did not like strangers in the past at all, but like, I loved them at the same time. It was so strange. And it was through putting myself in more and more and more like socially uncomfortable situations for me that I expanded well beyond like just being a normal person socially, but in fact, like love talking to strangers now and have so many opportunities and beautiful people, like network connections, because I kept pushing myself into like making myself uncomfortable, getting to know people of all walks of life, of all cultures and languages and countries and careers. And it was through that expansion that I became so comfortable with everything. And now I have like the opposite of anxiety. I'm like overly chill with everything all the time. And I see you going through a very similar process, going from an anxious person with 9 of Swords to a very chill person. And it's through you being disciplined and pushing yourself further towards the direction of your dreams, expanding your comfort zone, going out of that comfort zone frequently, regularly, and finding ways to improve everything that you're working on or focusing on in life, like 1% at a time. You have the Star as well. Wish fulfillment, manifestation, and confidence. And right next to the 7 of Coins, this is a really good combo. I feel like your actions, your hard work, your routine specifically, is going to really support you in 2025. Okay, so let's just say you have the goal of, I don't know, what are people's goals nowadays? You have the goal of having a very successful business, okay? It's like every single day you find something that you can improve about that business day in and day out. That's the repetition that 7 of Coins shows. Okay, day in and day out, just trying to grow this thing. And you're sort of like 7 of Coins, you're sort of waiting for the big rewards, the big results, right? And then we go to the Star, which shows that big result, that big reward coming in, your wish being fulfilled in a big, massive way. That's why these cards are so nice next to each other. But it's through your physical actions that you take that brings it into fruition. And by constantly taking these actions, improving your routine, improving what you're doing, it actually reaffirms the belief that you have in yourself and this manifestation to come through. Because you're saying to the universe, this is going to happen, and this is how it's going to happen. And you're dedicating time and intentionality towards that goal, which makes it manifest so quickly. It doesn't feel like it's going to be quick in the moment when you're, in the trenches working at it, whatever it is, whether it's studying, if you want to be, a scholar, working out hard if you have health goals, changing up your diet and having to really study and find new foods that are fun to eat that aren't unhealthy, working on your career, your business, networking every day, going on dates all the time. That's another thing too. This could even apply to your romantic life, because if you have the goal of meeting someone, I do so many readings for people, love readings, where they're sort of just waiting for their soulmate to come in. And like one of the biggest messages that comes through with that all the time is like, you don't have to wait. Like, it's okay for you to want a soulmate. Go out and find it. Like, literally intentionally put yourself into spaces where it will happen. Like, make the goal for yourself. Like, I am going to try to go on a first date like once a week or once a month or whatever. Like, I'm going to try. Make it into a goal that is based off of your own actions, not waiting. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. There's a lot of good cards coming out for you guys. This is a new direction in life. Clarity, new direction, fresh start, fresh communication as well. I am seeing networking being very strong. You will be meeting new people this year. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands right next to that. Your biggest challenge at this time is what we've been saying, which is being too afraid to make mistakes. Queen of Wands may also manifest itself as someone in your outer reality who is being very like micromanagey, just overly focused on what you're doing, but not recognizing like the gifts that you bring to the table. So I would be careful of that. When we have strong opinions and criticisms towards someone, it is a reflection of ourselves, not that person. So it is a reflection of that person not you if they're criticizing you. But on the flip side, if you are very distraught over this person, what does that say about you? Maybe you also can improve your leadership abilities when it comes to manifesting your own dreams, your own wishes, your own goals, experimenting more, allowing yourself to make more mistakes. That's like a really good goal actually for 2025. In 2025, I want to be rejected this many times. I want to make this many mistakes, because what that means is that you're putting yourself out there and you are trying something new, something exciting. Okay, which always leads to growth in some way. We have the King of Swords right next to that. Oh, okay. So 2 people here. King of Swords is more of a masculine energy who could be very, very cold, non-compassionate. This could be like a boss, for example, who like just does not like cut you any slack despite being a really good employee. Or this could be somebody who's really emotionally cut off from themselves, you know, and from other people, overly harsh. So be careful of these 2 energies and influences within yourself, but as well as in the people around you in 2025. 4 of Swords. Coming out right underneath that High Priestess and the 9 of Swords. Yeah. Lots of rest, lots of reflection, meditation sort of energies. And we had that yin energy coming out as well. So I feel like this is going to be a very reflective year for you. Some of you guys may be getting lost in books and just really pondering life and reality. Very much scholarly thinking. Philosophical thoughts may really find you this year. And the number 7 is coming to mind. So a lot of you may actually, if you're a very high functioning, high achieving person, this could even be you even like writing a book or, I don't know, just offering your wisdom to other people as well in some capacity. So we have the King of Wands coming out right next to that. Very beautiful soul, very beautiful energy. The King of Wands is someone who's well-traveled. So we have that message of voyages and traveling coming out again. Very open to people, all walks of life. Very passionate, okay? They have a lot of ambition, a lot of fire, a lot of goals. So this is you. This is also somebody that you're connecting with who will bring out these energies within you. And I always say that when these court cards come out, they are simultaneously someone that you're going to meet this year, someone that you're going to deal with, as well as a reflection of you. Because the people around us who captivate us the most, whether negatively or positively, are reflections of something within ourselves that is wanting to come out and be expressed. So all of the love that you have for this King of Wands, this very warm, passionate, fiery person who's very like emotionally open and like always doing this and that and challenging themselves, that is you. And this person brings those qualities out from within you as well. We have the Tower, and don't be afraid of this, guys. The Tower's been coming out for a lot of people in 2025. I'm sure there's going to be some pretty insane global and political things popping off in 2025, but the Tower does show breaking down negative foundations. Like I was saying earlier, if you're one of those people who have those friends that really make you feel discluded, or it's like you're constant, or even family, where it's like you're constantly doing things for them, they're never doing things for you, I see that breaking down, no longer tying yourself to that, breaking down all of the unhealthy foundations within your life that occupy your mind, your heart, your space, and have created this sort of blockage energy in your heart chakra. You're letting all of that go, letting all of that fall away and break down, burning it in the fire and transmuting it into a new reality where you believe in yourself. You give yourself the freedom to explore life and to make mistakes and to challenge yourself, because it's so hard to challenge yourself in that way when you're surrounded by people who are so critical, who crap talk so many people, who criticize so many people. That will prevent you from really having the courage, the audacity to be yourself and to explore creatively. Those types of people are so bad to surround yourself with, and I see they are falling out of your life. You're allowing this Tower moment to happen. Also, with the Tower moment, this can represent sudden insights, wisdoms, and success, sudden changes. Okay, and it's coming out right underneath that star card. So this is like sudden critical success, sudden win, and it's out underneath the 7 of coins as well. Beautiful triangular energy. And next to the King of Wands, which shows leadership, and it shows being organized and tackling your ambitions. Very ambitious, very passionate. So I actually really like how the Tower's positioned. Let's see what's next to it though. We have the Ace of Wands. Yes, this is a good Tower moment. I really do feel an Ace of Wands next to the Ace of Swords. Guys, I really feel like you're reaching critically newer, higher levels of success in what you're doing. And it comes from your own hard work, motivation, and belief in yourself. You're also keeping yourself mentally and spiritually sound. Okay, this whole corner over here, 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords, High Priestess, you are really taking care of your mental health in 2025, like doing the things you need to do to be balanced. Okay, whether that is sleeping enough, journaling, meditating, reflecting, etc. Like you're processing your emotions as they come up. You're staying on top of your mental health, which is really great. You have strong ambition, and I feel like this is strongly in your career area of life. And you are like very determined, and going into 2025 you may be a little frustrated that you're not quite there yet with a goal, with that, like why I should be further along, that sort of thinking. But you continue to have belief in yourself. You do not give up, which I think is one of the best qualities you can have, that stubbornness when it comes to your ambitions, because you will almost always achieve big at some point if you have that stubbornness. And so yeah, you are working hard at that. We have 2 aces here. 2 really big, beautiful beginnings, passion and creativity, new beginnings. So you could be starting a new creative project, but we also have like new communication, networking, connecting with the right people. So new opportunities coming in that you feel very passionate about. We have the Hermit, beautiful. You have the High Priestess and the Hermit, very spiritual cards. Okay, it's being a spiritual seeker, taking these inner voyages all throughout 2025. We also had that number 7 just pop up for us, like without any cards. And the number 7 really works in favor of the mystics, the scholars, the researchers, the very deep thinkers who sort of helps evolve the mindset, the culture, with their projects, what they put out there. So I am seeing that. And then we have the 2 of coins. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are focused on paying off debts and any sort of like obligation, getting more balanced in 2025. Yeah, juggling quite a bit as well with the 2 of Pentacles. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, juggling a lot, and it's underneath this King of Swords, Queen of Wands energy. If people have very, very high expectations of you, but they don't support you in return, like they don't have compassion toward, like say for example, this is a boss that like expects great work from you. They expect you to be on time every day. They expect this, that, the third, but it's like they don't reward you when you like work overtime, or you fix a massive problem, or you introduce a new concept that makes that company so much money. It's very unbalanced. So I am seeing some changes may occur there. Now that was just an example, but apply this where it applies in your life, because this can even show up in personal relationships, or it's like the mindset is shifting, your vibration is shifting. You're no longer just going to continuously do what isn't being rewarded. It's like, okay, well, let me try something new. And you just constantly pivot and pivot and pivot until you do find something that rewards you for your efforts and what you're doing. So that's the one thing there. Yeah, beautiful year ahead though. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely get the 2025 personal reading with me, tarot and mediumship reading. We go into all areas of life in that reading. You can also ask questions or talk about topics that you want me to cover in your reading. Basically what you do is you just send me an email with your name and, why you're getting the reading and any questions you have. And then I send you your reading back within 7 days. That's all of my readings. I have many different offerings on my website, All of my readings will give you the space to ask whatever questions, comments, concerns, whatever you have ahead of time. There's no scheduling any meeting. I just do your reading as a video and I send you the link. The link will take you to an unlisted YouTube video. So you'll be watching it just like this, except no one else can see it unless you share the link with them. And my shamanic life coaching has the same format where each week you sort of send your burning questions, desires, etc. And then 7 days later, I send you a reading, which is an hour long. And then we have daily email correspondence in between to talk about the reading or talk about literally anything that you want, whether you want more info from your spirit guides or even from me personally. So I love doing both of those things. So make sure you check that out. And I also have my intention oils there, as well as my online tarot reading course if you want to become a very confident tarot reader to the point where you feel confident running a business and even having the knowledge and tools to run a business or to safely do tarot readings without, getting haunted by a demon, for example. Go ahead and get that online tarot reading course. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.